y'all know it's late. Wise, once y'all hear him get home, tuck him in. You got to give Wake Forest a lot of credit. I just think that they executed their game plan flawlessly. They had 50 paint touches. In other words, the highest three-point percentage shooting is that statistically in college basketball is what you call a kick-out three. And so many times they were able to get into the paint and kick out for threes after they collapsed the defense and gave them a very high percentage look on the floor. And then they're a good three-point shooting team anyway, so giving them not being able to contain the dribble and getting in and allowing them to kick out shots, just that they executed their approach flawlessly, and you got to give them credit for that. You know, we're a team that's been kind of up and down. This is not who we normally have been, but we had stretches where I thought we played fairly well, but then we didn't have enough of them. We're still a team that's kind of growing and learning and still in transition with another new player coming in tonight. It's been a challenge for us, but we show signs of getting better. What we have to do is utilize this game to learn and grow from it. One thing about it in the ACC, you don't have time to be happy. You don't have time to be sad. Right around the corner comes another game. We have Virginia on Saturday. So we'll go back and debrief and start playing, and hopefully we can win some games at home and maybe steal us a few on the road. Any questions?
Coach, you probably haven't had many halves in your career where you shoot 63% from the field and, like, lose the half. What was Wake doing to capitalize, to outscore you guys the second half despite your torrid shooting?
Wake has a very mature team, some older, more mature guys, and they've been able to come together and respond to coach's system. And it's obvious, you know, when you have as many guys who seem to be a little older, a little more mature, they absorb things and they execute a lot better. College basketball has changed quite a bit as of late, and we're not quite there yet. I mean, we're doing some things, like I said, fairly well, but we're not doing enough of them against experienced teams. And I'm not saying necessarily experience in terms of with coach, but they're buying, older, more mature guys seem to buy into the system a little bit better because they've been in the wars. I looked out there one time and I had 4 freshmen in the game, and I turned to my staff and I said, "Are you kidding?" You know, and but that's who we are this year. Y'all been around. Y'all know what kind of teams we normally have, but we haven't adjusted to the portal as well as Wake Forest has adjusted. And that's a tribute to him, the coach, being around as long as he has. He's very cunning and very perceptive and progressive, and I think that answers your question there. They were a little more consistent with their execution than we were.
You mentioned your freshman, and on Monday during the teleconference, you got asked about Miller like 7 times, I believe. Did he give you about what you expected and wanted today, just kind of getting his feet wet out there?
Well, there's no doubt that he is going to be an outstanding player for us, but you got to let him get his feet under him. You know, I mean, he's not an air ball jump shooter. You know, and first 2 minutes he was gassed. You know, and the second or third time I put him in there, just the excitement, the adrenaline. It's a big adjustment for an 18, 19-year-old guy to come all the way across the country, have to sit out 16 games, play his first game on the road with a really good basketball team. So we're going to give him time to grow. We're excited about him being the addition of our team, and I think he's going to be just what we need as we continue to keep playing.
Coach, any thoughts just on Wake Forest in terms of the physicality of the game, especially, you know, getting it on the drive with the guards, Cameron Hildreth really using his body a lot to get in. Any thoughts on that?
Well, he has definitely made a big transition from last year to this year, and that's a tribute to him and the coaching and the development of Coach Forbes' program. We knew he was effective. He's confident with the ball. He never gets rushed. If you back off him, he'll knock a jumper down. And he's so physically imposing with his strength and maturity that he patient inside, and he'll finish through contact, and he'll kick it out to. He's a very smart-headed player, and that's what I mean. You got to have guys who's more mature than maybe some of the guys we have. Now we normally have a junior, senior type team. We don't have anybody with us that's been with our program more than 2 years. So but he's a second-year player as well. But man, he got a level of maturity that I think is just outstanding.
Coach, you guys turned the ball over 17 times tonight. What was Wake doing on defense that made it difficult to get quality possessions?
I thought they did a great job of helping in the gaps and then closing out on shooters. And most of the time when people help and close out on the catch, you need to try to penetrate. For whatever reason, we were a little hesitant because they did such a good job of backing off some guys and plugging the gaps where we couldn't get into the paint nearly as much as they were able to get in against us.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
What time is it?
It is 11:30.
11:30, Coach.
Past my bedtime.
That's all.